Learning how to activate your TVA and brace properly during ab exercises and really any bodily movement that requires stability and control is really important for maintaining a healthy, pain-free, and functional body.
Most people think a strong core is about getting a six-pack, but there's a muscle hidden underneath your abs that matters way more for your spine and core stability. It's called the transverse abdominis, or TVA. To understand how your core is built, think of it like a house, where the TVA is the internal framing and the six-pack is the decorative siding. The structural integrity of your body lies with the TVA. Unlike your six-pack muscles that run up and down, the TVA fibers run horizontally. It literally wraps from your lower back around your sides and connects to the front. The TVA is your body's internal weight belt. It doesn't move your bones like your other muscles. It compresses them. When it's strong, you're bulletproof. When it's not braced, your core is loose, your belly pushes out, and there's pressure in your lower back. When braced, your core is solid and tight, your belly is drawn in, and back fully supported.
So first, we're going to use this really cushiony Wellrocks mat so that it's really comfortable, as well as a mat cover to protect it. That's cozy. And we're going to get on the floor. Ideally, you want your feet up 90 degrees so that your pelvis and your ribs are stacked. But if you want to put them on the floor, that's okay too. And we're going to start first by isolating the TVA, figuring out where it is. And what we're going to do is something called hollowing or drawing in. So that's when you're in your Pilates class and you hear belly button toward the spine, which is fantastic. But when doing abdominal exercises, you really want a full-on bracing. But first, we're going to start with this isolating the TVA with that drawing in, the belly button toward the spine. So your back does not go flat, but you are almost like you're trying to zip up a pair of tight jeans, getting that belly button toward the spine. So now let's hold that while breathing normally for about 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to relax. Okay, let's try that again. One more time. We're going to draw the belly button toward the spine. You kind of feel it in this whole area. Good, 5 more seconds. Relax. Great. So that's hollowing or drawing in. But now when you're doing abdominal exercises, you really want to brace. You want to full on almost gear up your entire midsection, including the back and sides. So not just this area. So what you're going to do is you're going to first take that 360 diaphragmatic breath. If you want, we have another video on that. And that's filling up all the area that's between your rib cage and your pelvis in the front and the back and the sides with air. So your shoulders stay where they are. Your pelvic floor is relaxed. You're going to fill that up. And then on the exhale, you're going to hiss loudly this time. You're going to tighten up that pelvic floor and you're going to contract all the way around your midsection on the exhale. So you can see and feel everything flatten out around so that if somebody punches me from any side, I'm barely going to feel it. So you want to hold that for about 10 seconds and then relax. Make sure that pelvic floor relaxes as well. So we're going to wait for a few seconds and let's try that again. Deep inhale. And now I'm going to brace. Draw up that pelvic floor and you can really see that tightening this whole area. And this is what is going to keep your abs flat as you do your leg lifts and all your other exercises to strengthen that core. And relax. Let's try 3 more of those. Inhale, out breaths.
Remember to keep breathing shallow breaths even after the out breath.
Still gonna hold it for 10 seconds, even though the out breath was probably about 6. Great. Relax everything. Deep inhale. Now exhale.
Tighten that pelvic floor before you brace and exhale. Shallow breaths and tight pelvic floor.
And relax. A deep inhale. Find that pelvic floor. Again, I still should be able to breathe and talk while I'm fully bracing. And relax. Let's try 3.
Inhale.
Tighten up that pelvic floor and breathe out while contracting. Now, once you get the hang of it, you don't need to do the hiss unless you like to. I like to hear that sound. And you can just brace on your own. Good, and relax. So I don't want anything else to tighten up while I'm doing this exercise. I really want to isolate it to my abdominals. Deep breath in. Tighten the pelvic floor and brace. So while you're doing your ab exercises, if you ever feel yourself slipping with the bracing, or you start noticing coning or doming down that midline, make sure you stop and you re-brace. And if even bracing is not preventing that coning and doming, that means that the exercise that you're doing is putting a little too much pressure for now, and change the exercise to put less pressure, or switch up the exercise. Good. Let's try one more. So everything's relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And a full brace.